Sears and Kmart, they're famous American brands that are staples in malls across the country. But after years of mounting losses, the retail company issued a dire warning about whether it will be able to keep its doors open, saying that it has, quote, substantial doubts about its future. Don't hear that every day. Shares plunged down more than 12%. Courtney Reagan takes a look at what might be next for Sears.
It's no secret Sears' heyday has long passed. The 124-year-old department store hasn't acknowledged the extent of its trouble, though, until now. In its annual report, Sears admits, quote, our historical operating results indicate substantial doubt exists related to the company's ability to continue. It's a going concern. Results that include losing nearly $10 billion in 6 years and sales that continue to plunge quarter after quarter, now with just 40% of the sales it had at its peak a decade ago. Ted Stinger is a retail consultant specializing in restructuring, but he was the treasurer at Kmart shortly before Sears and CEO and hedge fund manager Eddie Lampert bought it 15 years ago.
At this point, they haven't put anything on the table that would make outside stakeholders like the vendor community comfortable that the next year is going to be one where their exposure to Kmart and Sears is not a significant negative exposure.
Sears has undertaken complicated financial engineering to fund the business, thanks largely to financial support from Lampert and his hedge fund ESL. Lampert owns both the majority of Sears shares and its debt. Sears has borrowed cash from and sold bonds to Lampert's hedge fund, closed hundreds of stores, sold real estate and brands like Land's End and Craftsman. Still, some estimate that Sears will burn through almost $2 billion in cash this year and need the same amount to continue operating. While the retailer says it's taking actions to mitigate doubt about its survival, doubt seems to be exactly the market sentiment when it comes to Sears' future. For Nightly Business Report, I'm Courtney Reagan.